Linkus, do you like to cook? No. Do not like to cook. Streamer keeps asking to let him cook and he doesn't even like to cook. Sorry, chat. But seriously, who let me cook, dude? Who did it? Here's my take on cooking. In America, in my opinion, it's only worth to cook if you enjoy cooking food. That's my honest take. If you enjoy cooking food, it's worth it. But otherwise, considering the prices, if you are not interested in cooking, then I think it's more worth it to not cook. Cooking is cheaper, though. I kind of don't agree. I can maybe see it being true, but I kind of don't agree. Okay, let me explain what I mean by I don't really agree, okay? I could understand that if you purposely buy groceries that are very cheap and you buy them in a decent enough quantity where you will have a bunch of leftovers and you are willing to continuously eat those leftovers, so you're eating the same meal a few times in a row, I would maybe agree with you. However, that being said, I could maybe agree with you if you're willing to always eat leftovers, but, well, okay, first, when it just comes to me, I know I get very tired of the leftovers because I don't like leftovers, so there's a good chance I won't finish all my leftovers, in which case it goes to waste, meaning it's definitely not worth it. Second of all, when you say that it's way more expensive to eat out, then I actually think that that's not true, because that's the same thing as saying cooking food is more expensive depending on what food you cook. What I mean by that is that if you can get the prices of your buying out food way down if you're willing to be smart. Like, I'll give you an easy example. If you were to just, for example, let's say you, for example, love McDonald's. If you just go to McDonald's and you just buy everything on their menu, I agree with you, it'd be cheaper to cook food. However, anyone who has the McDonald's app can back me up on this. Like, about once a week, they will give you, like, 1 or 2 really good offers to make it, like, dirt cheap to eat McDonald's. There's a local taco place next to me where for every Tuesday you can buy two tacos for $5 because it's, it's like a Taco Tuesday. Sonic, if you have the app, you get 50% off all your beverages, stuff like that. So if you are smart about using apps, discounts, and going to different places around you, in my opinion, you can get down the cost of eating out so much that it's not actually more expensive, really, in my opinion, than cooking food. The only thing that I will say that I feel like I'm missing out on is that I think it's my health. I will say if you're clever about how you use the discounts, the deals, the mobile apps, I do not think it's much more expensive to eat out, but I do think it's more unhealthy. So I would agree with you, it's definitely more healthy to cook the food. I don't know if I would agree fully with the sentiment that it's always cheaper, because it really depends on how you're doing it. But I agree, if you're ordering food or you're eating out like at restaurants, then yeah. But I definitely think you can eat out for just as cheap as it would have been if you were gonna cook that food. I also think it's cheaper because it means that instead of spending time cooking food and doing dishes, I can put that time into working instead. You have to remember that I work at home, meaning if I clear up an hour of my time not having to cook food, I can work for an extra hour, which more than enough makes up for any additional cost it might have been to eat food out. But honestly, I think I will agree with Chad here. I think you guys are more correct than I am. I think the reason why, even if I don't include my work in this calculation, the reason I think eating out is cheaper than cooking food is for the simple reason that I hate leftovers. So I usually will not actually finish my leftovers if I have leftovers. I think that's the simple thing. I would agree with you, though. If I had a family, so I wouldn't have to deal with leftovers all the time, I would 100% want to cook more food. Like, easy clap, no questions asked, always cook food. I don't know, dude. I'm just curious right now due to this conversation because a lot of people are, like, all about cooking. For anyone who lives alone, do you guys enjoy, I'm not saying if you're okay with it, do you enjoy eating the same food for leftovers for 3 days straight when you cook a big meal to save money? Like, do you actually enjoy it? Like, do you enjoy just making a food and then that's all you're gonna eat for the next 3 days? I make good food, depends on the food. You know, honestly, that could be it. It could just come down to the fact that I'm not good at cooking food. So my food ain't that great. So it goes from not that great to when it's a leftover, it's bad. That could be the simple fact of why I hate leftovers, honestly. Because I ate way more leftovers when I lived with my parents. So you know, that you might be onto something, Chad. It might just simply be the fact that my food just sucks. So my leftover sucks even more. That could really just be it. That might be why I despise leftovers so much now. I don't know what the hell happened, why my front fan despawned. But alright. Dude, Chad, I don't know how many people saw this. I wrote like a little comment on it on my Discord. But I thought it was really funny. I just didn't expect the answer. When the guy came to deliver the pizza, he knocked on the door. I went to open the door. And then the guy goes, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And then he hands me the pizza. And I go, "It's going great, man. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?" And he just said, "Better than I deserve." Hands me the pizza, walks away. And I was like, damn. All right. Fair enough. Man, I feel like I've done so good at filling in the depths, and I'm so far away from being done. Like, it's actually making me depressed to look at this map. Like, I feel depressed, dude. Like, legitimate depression looking at this thing. Come on, man. I feel like the only way for me to complete the depths is for me to just say, okay, I'm going to just complete the depths, and then I spend like 4 hours, 5 hours just flying around with a flying machine. Like, honestly, I feel like that's what I would have to do. Because if I stop at everything I see, it will just take me too long. I think I actually just have to spend 5 hours being depressed and just going flying. Chad, I'm getting really sad. I'm running out of shrines. Look. I have 124 shrines. There's only like 20, 30 more to go. I'm getting depressed. Also, I had such an American thought yesterday or 2 days ago, and it made me realize, wow, like it's crazy how fast you change your perspective on things. Did you guys see how there was like a sort of war on Twitter of a bunch of Americans going, haha, look at all these Europeans complaining about how hot it is when it's like 87 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I'm sitting here at 100 degrees, and all the Europeans are like, bruh, it's very hot for us out here. And my first initial thought when I read that was, omega lol, imagine complaining at 87 degrees Fahrenheit when it's like over 100 degrees here. But then I immediately thought back after, because that was my first thought. But then I thought about it some more, and I thought, actually, when I lived in Sweden, and it was like over 87 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, that's over 30 degrees Celsius. I remember how terrible that was because not only do we not have AC, our houses are built to contain heat, right? Meaning that not only do we not have air conditioning, but the heat gets trapped. Because obviously it's more cold of the year, meaning you want to trap heat, right? Instead of like getting it out. Anyways, so I think it's like crazy, but how my first reaction was the K-Kona one of just thinking, omega lol, how are people complaining about that temperature? And then I thought back about when I lived in Sweden and I went, huh, never mind. If it was that hot, I would also be, because that temperature is like very rough when I was living in Sweden. It seems the Yiga has kidnapped Princess Zelda. Dorfman left behind a single clue. We have taken Zelda to the carved out heart of the towering twins. The word twin seems to have caught Pen's attention. Well, I'm assuming he's talking about dueling peaks. But there's no heart shape here. Link, help me? Yeah, this is definitely Zelda. No way! I can't believe I got you baited like that. I'm such a fool. Hey, I finally got my first froggy outfit. I was gonna do something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and look for the Hylian shield. I still haven't found the Hylian shield. It bothers me a lot. I don't have the Hylian shield. All right, this is where you found it in the OG game, right here. Are those rocks that you can destroy? I think it is. Dude, these rocks are strong. Also, I don't like you. Damn, so it's not in here then, huh? So it's not in the original place. I'm a little bit disappointed. Oh, is it where the original shrine was? It could be here. It could definitely be here. This is where the shrine used to be. I could see it. Are you serious it didn't count because I was on the flowers? Oh my goodness. I hate that they changed the mechanics so it has to be a dive and not just jump in the circle. I do not like that change. I think it's maybe because of the duplication glitch that they wanted to patch, because there was a dupe on the old way. And for drown falling maybe, but it's not a fan, man. Okay, it's gotta be by the old shrine then, right? Right? Oh, that's gotta be it. Damn. It's actually easier to get the Hylian shield now than it was on the old game. Wow. Alright. Well, that's easy. Okay, so just enter by the docks, and then just go here, shoot a fire arrow, and you get it. You can get it, like, ASAP in the game. That's crazy.